Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and you can see right there in front of you that we are not reviewing a dinosaur today, but we are yet again reviewing another prehistoric creature that is quite awesome, and this is the PNSO Megalodon. I've actually had a few requests for this figure, so I finally was able to grab it and get it up on the channel. I've had it kind of just sitting in storage for a while, even though it is probably one of my favorite PNSO models that are out there. It is an absolutely marvel of a model, and something that I love without question. So instead of me just blabbering, let's get a closer look at it so you can love it too. In my opinion, the PNSO Megalodon is without question the best Megalodon figure that we have currently out there, and this thing is insanely nice, absolutely beautiful. I can go ahead and say that before I even actually take a look at the details and paint and such. This thing is absolutely incredible. Anyway, taking a look up here at the head sculpt, you can see the head sculpt looks perfect in my opinion. It looks very, very nice. The eye is very nicely painted. The overall look of the figure has somewhat of a wet look, as it should. It's pretty shiny, a little glossy. You can see the mouth looks awesome. Potentially my favorite part of this figure. You can see those dagger-like teeth all over the place with some nice red type of a look to it. Looks very realistic. Look at the detail inside the mouth. Everywhere in there looks incredible, very realistic. Like I said, I really love this mouth section of this figure. You can, however, see that there is a seam, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but if any of you have seen any of my previous reviews of any of these larger PNSO figures, these large vinyl ones, they've all had their seams, so they all definitely have that issue. This one, you can see one of the seams is right here on the inside of the mouth there, and it's on both sides to where the lower jaw and this lower part of the mouth here connects. The seam also runs all the way out and around. It doesn't look so noticeable out here, but you can definitely notice it inside, even though it looks beautiful in everywhere else. Regardless of the seam, I don't really mind it so much. It doesn't really bother me that bad. The coloration and paint that's been applied to this looks very realistic. I think it looks beautiful, way better than anything else that we've gotten ever before. The coloration is just so natural looking, and there are so many different variations of color put into it really, that it just looks so real. You can see the changing coloration even on the fins and such. Everywhere you look, it just changes very subtly into different versions of the same type of a color, and it looks beautiful because of it's so real. The detail and sculpt work is incredible. Just look as I turn this, you can really get an idea of all the little sculpt work, all the tiny little details that have been put into this. It looks incredible. Even the gills here on the side look fantastic. They've even included that reddish type of a look so you can somewhat see inside the gills. Really looks beautiful. Super realistic. You can see another one of those seams here, but again, it's not highly visible. You could definitely make it out here as the one part of the body is a little higher than the other part, but it's again not something that I can really complain about because I don't notice it that much. And when you actually hold the figure away from you a little bit, you really don't notice it anymore. But even looking here, the detail on the actual fins is incredible. And I love that they just changed the coloration. They have that little bit of brown right there on the inside of the middle section of the fin. It looks really nice. And coming up here into the back, just as I turn it, just really pay attention to how much work has gone into the sculpt of this. Even the folding of the skin and such down here, it looks unbelievable. This upper fin, again, look at that. That is ridiculous how much detail and sculpt work has been put into just that fin. PNSO went the extra mile for sure with this figure. Coming back here, we can see some little slits on the side of the shark, just from some sort of a battle or something that injured it at some point in time. Absolutely love when I see things like that because that just really adds an extra bit of realism to the figure. Again, this rear fin looks beautiful. And then looking here as the tail is turned a little bit, you can see the motion of the skin here in the figure. Everywhere on this is just unbelievably sculpted. It looks insane. And the back fin here, the tail fin, also looks fantastic. The entire paint everywhere you look and the entire sculpt is just unbelievable, the way it's been sculpted out. PNSO, I love PNSO without question, and I really miss these larger vinyl models that they used to have because they're really at a very affordable price, but they just look so insanely good. This Megalodon is just jaw-dropping beautiful. Again, you can see those beautiful gills on the side, that nice red coloration that has been added on the inside of the gills, and again that color change on the fins just looks so beautiful, so real. Everywhere is just unbelievable on this figure. Even back here, this little fin, you can see just looks fantastic. You can kind of get an idea there of the seam where that fin was added, but again, it's not something that unless you're looking for it, you're probably going to notice. Some more little wounds here and up here, just to show you that this Megalodon has been living quite the interesting life. And then that beautiful tail fin again. You can also see the seam where the tail fin was connected. But again, the seams don't bother me too much, they really don't. Especially when you have something that is painted so insanely nice. This is the type of a paint job I would expect from like a Dinosaur sideshow piece or something like that. And this is not a Dinosaur sideshow piece, although it definitely looks like it could pass as one. It is just an unbelievable large vinyl PNSO figure and something that I highly recommend for anybody. It also comes with this little base. You can see it has a nice clear stand on it, and then the bottom here part of the base just has like a sandy type of a look to it, and I think that the base overall looks very nice, definitely very well made, and it's very sturdy, has no problem balancing on this, so you can display it perfectly if you would like. So this PNSO figure is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. This Megalodon is, like I've mentioned already, without question the best Megalodon figure that I have ever seen, released by any company. It absolutely puts to shame anything previously released by any of the other mainstream companies that I can think of. It's just absolutely unbelievable, and PNSO did such an incredible job, not only on the sculpt, because the sculpt is just awesome, absolutely awesome, but the paint applied to it looks so real, so natural, and so beautiful that you just cannot help but stare at it in awe. It is just incredible. And the addition of this base with the sandy underside just makes the entire thing look fantastic. It looks so cool, and something that is a real head turner that'll draw the attention of anybody to it because it is just that stinking nice. As far as the size goes, with the tail being turned, if the tail was straight out it would be a little bit bigger, but with the tail turned you can see that it is about 11¼ inches, we'll get it right here, about 11¼ inches long, or about 29, almost 29 centimeters. For a height, there's not too much really on a height because it is a shark, but you're looking at about 5 inches almost, or about 12.5 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, who is attempting to go for a ride on the Megalodon, and you can see there that the Megalodon is quite huge compared to the Papo Rex, and the Papo Rex is by no means a small figure. It is definitely a pretty large figure. So with that being a big figure, this thing makes it a super big figure, because this thing is much larger really than the T-Rex here that we are looking at. Definitely huge. These old vinyl models by PNSO were absolutely massive, and I just miss them so much. So without question, this PNSO Megalodon is a no-brainer. This is something that I think everyone should have in their collection. If you are a serious prehistoric collector, this is something no collection should go without because it is that nice. Unbelievable is the word I would use for this thing, no matter what. I love showing this to anybody that wants to see it. Anytime anyone's in my house, this is definitely one of the go-to figures for anyone because it is that nice. Really, honestly, something you need to see and just appreciate in person. I cannot possibly recommend this Megalodon any more than any other figure. This thing is just unbelievable. PNSO should be commended for making something this nice at such a nice affordable price. I don't recall offhand, but I believe it's only around the $50 or $60 mark, somewhere in that general vicinity. So for something this large and this beautiful, that is unbelievable without question. I really hope and pray that at some point PNSO goes back to making these type of figures again, these larger vinyl figures, because they were awesome. They really were. Even with the seams, I still absolutely love these figures, and I would love to see some more released by PNSO at some point. But either way, if you would like to purchase this incredible Megalodon, I will link you in the description to wherever I can find that is currently selling them. I believe they're on everythingdinosaur.com, but if they are not, I will find some on eBay for you guys to purchase if you would like, or even Amazon, they may be on there. Either way, I recommend anybody that is interested to purchase one right away because they are fantastic. So go ahead and buy one, love it and cherish it, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.